Hello and welcome back to another episode of Farming Sim Simulator 15. This is going to be Season 2, Episode 1. Yeah. So Farming Simulator's back. I think I can play Farming Simulator the way I have my computer set up. Of course, as you know, I'm still on the old computer and everything. But this time we're going to try a different thing. I found well, it's not new, but I found a map, and we're gonna go modded, but we're only going slightly modded this time. I only actually have two mods in here. I have a map mod, and then I have just like a skid steer mod in here. You'll see why when we get to the map. So in this one, we're going to go career mode. As you can see, I've played it for a while. That's the map right there. But we're going to go brand new map. We're going to go normal. And then, so the map I have is called the Old Streams map. This is a map from the Black Sheep modding community. Give thanks to them and everything for making such a good map, pretty good map. So we're gonna play on this map. I'm not exactly sure where the origin of this map is, but I've been, as you can see on the other, I'll just go back here on this one. I've been playing on this one for quite a while, and I kind of like it and everything. So we're gonna go new map. We're gonna go do normal, old streams. Start. At the beginning of this video, I should have mentioned I have the sounds recording muted so that way I don't get copyright hits with the music on the main menu, because there's no way to turn off the music on the main menu. So once we get in game, I'll turn it on so you can hear all the sounds. So I hope everybody's been I hope that that's been watching, that watches. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing pretty good as well. I guess that's the German flag right there, so I guess it's a German map, so hang on just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. My dinner from earlier kind of got this. Okay, so we're going to start. Maybe we're going to start. Okay. Hello! If you're not familiar with the game basics, you can always start a new game in the modded map and participate in the short introductional tour. Nice. Thank you for that. Alright, so give me just a second. I'll turn on the sounds. Okay, sounds are turned on. We'll go back. Alright, should be able to hear the game now. Hopefully the game is not too loud. I know quite a few times I've recorded my Minecraft series and it's been like, ooh. Okay, so what are we going to do in this map? Well, for starters, the map has some interesting elements. Other than, I think, is this even real? Yeah, it's a real gate. Okay. So there's some aspects to this game that we might not. Oh, you know what? I have to add one more trigger, otherwise we can't play on this map. Or one more mod. There's a trigger. A trigger's called additional triggers. But for this first episode, I don't have to have it in here because we're not going to be going into any place. So the goal for this one is to try to own all the fields. As you can see from the mini map, we own quite a few fields. We own 26, 25, 24, 23, 1, 7, 8, and 9. Kind of an odd kettle of fish there, but you know, it is what it is. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk down here to the combine. We're going to hop on in. Now there's some other mods with this map. There's some other mods that were downloaded that come with it. It comes as a pack, and you undo the pack. You undo the pack and everything. Wow, that's pretty loud. Hold on. Down there, and I think, whoop, also going to turn it down just a wee bit on the recording software because it might be a little loud. Hopefully that'll take care of it. So anyway, the map comes with several other mods, and you can pick and choose whether you want those in or out. Just like I said, you just unzip the file. Oops, nobody saw that. So what it is you unzip the file, and then if you want all the mods, you just take and unzip it to your folder, your mods folder for the game. If you don't want all the mods, then unzip it to a separate file. Just unzip it to a separate file, and then you can choose what ones you have it. So 3 that I remember right off the top of my head, let's see if it's true, are there's the map itself. Right. There's the map itself. There's a manual triggers, which I'll show you why. Just a second. I'll show you why you need the manual trigger one, because I forgot to put it back in. So these doors and stuff, they actually function. As you can see, I can't open them right now. I'm hitting my O button. But anyway, the reason why you need them is because you need access to all of these right here. You need to access these 2 bays. This is where, there's pigs on this map. There's actually there's regular cows, there's chickens, there's sheep, okay? And then you have the addition of beef cows, and you have the addition of pigs. And you know, really truthfully, I gotta gripe a little bit. Beef cows are, let's just take and say what they actually are. They're steers. And if anybody doesn't know what a steer is, look it up. You'll find out what it is pretty quickly. Okay? So anyway, that's what they are. Is they're steers. They're not called beef cows. They're called a steer. And that's essentially what you use, and that's what their official name is, that are the ones that give you your meat and stuff. Alright, let's get back to the combine. So anyway, so that's that part. The reason why I didn't put all the mods in here is because inside. That might be too much. Alright, so anyway, so I like the map. It's because I can't see it on this side. Anyway, the map comes with several different mods that add a little bit extra to the game. This map is set up for a script that adds like uneven terrain and stuff. There's also a mud mod that like that little mud puddle that we drove over. Couldn't really see it because it's a tree. There was a little mud puddle over there that you could get stuck in here. I just took all those out. I like the map. The reason why I like the map is because, you know, I don't have, I'm playing multiplayer with anybody right now, except for maybe a German farmer. Our schedules don't collide with each other, don't match up. But yeah, anyway, I really actually look for small maps. This is actually a pretty small map. Yeah, compared to a lot of other maps that I have tried that say they're small, but they're ultimate goal on this map, hopefully, is to own all the fields, own as big of equipment as possibly afford, or not afford, but on this map. Because since it is kind of a small map, the larger equipment's going to be just a tad harder to maneuver on this map, but it might actually give us a pretty good challenge to run. So the other thing I'm going to do on this one is actually I'm going to try to focus more on sheep, or not sheep, but the animals in general this time, because I have not passed my last season. I really didn't focus on animals. I focused more on the fields and stuff. Before I had to end that, before I had to end that season. But I think this time I'm going to try to get focused on, like, maybe getting cows. Try to get cows, maybe try to get sheep going. The quickest one I can probably get going is the quickest animals I can get going are the chickens, but the problem is I don't know if the chickens, I don't know if it's really a good off of it. I really don't know if the chickens are actually working. Leggy right there. Just gonna put that in here. Now this field that I'm mowing or taking the stuff off of, doesn't belong to us. But we are, you know, we're helping our neighbor or somebody out that has this field, like combine. Since we own the combine, since we own a little bit bigger combine than they do, you know, so that's what the goal is. We're helping a neighbor out. Although we get all the profit, but, you know, we get all the profit and stuff for the field for it, but, he doesn't. I'll probably go back, in this one I'll probably go back and I'll actually catch all of those after I do the entire field. So, or unless they're like right in the middle of the path, or right next to the path that I'm going, then I might just swing down and catch them. So one of the goals for this is we have a trailer, we have a tractor, we have a combine. That I've seen. I don't know if we own a seeder. I don't know if we own a cultivator, or if we own a seeder with a cultivator. I'd like to get, instead of getting rid of all the straw that cultivated in the back of the fields, I would love to try and get a wagon of some sort to pick up the straw. Start any tractor now. Pretty small. Okay, so we have a big weight right there. That trailer. We have the cloud, and it's really no use to us. And nothing else. Right on. So I'm wondering, I have a question for the simulation. Most notably the farming. When you start off a new save, like we just did, do you start with random equipment? You know, like, does the game, instead of like giving you a set equipment, does the game, like, unless it's specified, Rooster should have been. So when you start a new save, does the game randomly, like the equipment is not specified. Like, truthfully, the equipment is not specified to, you know, like, okay, or the map. If it's like, okay, you're gonna get this, if it's not like you're gonna get this equipment, this equipment, this equipment. Is it random? You know, like, we got this Aguastar 6, the 6.61 here. But, like, if I quit this game and loaded up another brand new save, would I keep getting this exact same tractor? Or is it random? Would I get a different tractor? You know? Kind of the same way with the combine. Would I get a different combine? Would I, you know, like, the combine and the tractor here kind of complement each other. The tractor's about this right horsepower for something like the combine. But now if I load it out, if I got, would I get a bigger combine, got a smaller tractor? Now I know this is like the smallest combine you can get in the game. But is that, I guess my ultimate question is are vehicles randomly picked, or are they actively, or are they actually coded to give you, like, okay, you get this combine, you get that tractor every time? I guess that's my ultimate question. And another thing is, can you even mod it where you get random? Can you even mod it to get random? this one, guys, I'm actually going I'll do is I'll try to make it situated that episodes maybe have, you know, one thing or maybe two things that they're doing. Instead of like trying to, it's like, okay, so like this feels rather big. So instead of like this episode is looking for combining, the next episode is looking for combining, the next episode is looking for combining, you know, so it gets, what's the word I want to say? Repetitive. I'll actually try to do some of this off. I'll try to do some of this off camera so that it will actually be something different. And like maybe try to progress the game just a little bit more faster than in my last season. Because I was noticing in the last season it's kind of, even on me, it's getting a little bit more, it's like, okay, I need to be I was noticing that I was like kind of repeating myself a little bit. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to like, so it's like this episode showing you how I feel, how I feel off camera in between episodes. I will get the fields all combined. Well, the ones that need to be combined. I'm going to combine every single field that's and I may do it like this. I may, it's like, okay, so this episode is going to be combined, or starting at the combine. I will combine the rest of the fields. Maybe I can come back at the end of the last combine, the last field, just before I end, or just before I stop combining. That's fine. I got a game plan. Nobody else may like it. That guy stopped. And yes, I know as I'm combining little pieces, I know that they're going to be spread all over the place. That's fine. That's fine. All of it. So of some expectations I had for Farming Simulator 15 and some features that I would have liked to see roll over from Farming Simulator 13 that didn't really add up to my expectations. Number one is this is the number one that bugs me between 13 and 15 is the fact that when you have your head selected for the combine, I'll stop right here and show you. Okay, so right now down in the left bottom right corner over here in the display, you have the selector control, right? Okay. When you have the head selected, you control the head up, down. Okay? You lift the head up, down. Right? But you can't control the back part of the combine. You can't control anything on the combine body itself. You can't turn it off. You can't open up the thing. You can't even change the selector for whether you want straw or don't want straw. The only way to do that is to have to select the body. Okay, now I can turn off, turn on, right, close the pipe, and change whether or not the straw is and change whether the straw is either laid on the ground or shredded. Okay, but the number one thing I can't do, I cannot raise and lower the head anymore. In 2013, you have this ability. It was not modded. It was not at all. It was not. You did not have to have mods or anything to have that capability in. To have that capability. In 2013, you have the head selected to be able to raise or lower the head. There we go. You have the ability to raise and lower the head without any problem. You have the ability to raise and lower the head, but then you also have the ability to turn off the combine, open up the pipe, and do all that other sort of stuff. Okay? That feature has been lost between Farming Simulator 2013 and Farming Simulator 15. And that was one of the number one things that I noticed was lost between the two games. Some other features that I noticed, backing up to certain equipment is ridiculous. Not in the sense, not in the way you might think, like, well, backing up with a small cultivator, a small seeder is hard, is ridiculous. Anyway, that's actually not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like right now, I have the head down on the combine. If I drive forward, I can only go 10 miles an hour forward. 9 to 10 miles an hour forward. That is the working speed of it. But watch. I go backwards. I'm doing 15 miles an hour backwards with the head down. And that's not realistic. If you have the head down, you're backing up that fast, you will ruin the head. farm, and I actually live on a family-owned farm, and we have equivalent machinery. And if you backed up that fast with a combine head or any type of head like that actually skips across the ground and is only designed for a certain amount of speed, you will ruin that head. And everything. So, anyway, getting down to the nitty-gritty here. I see finally Sunlight 17 coming out, and I only wonder, what I wonder is what has been lost between, basically between this game. Since we're getting ready to quit, so I'm wondering. So I'm just kind of wondering what features of 2015 are going to be lost in 2017. You know, the feature between the head and the body, that was kind of one of my big complaints between that. But that only applies to combines. The tractors and stuff, that's fine. I don't mind not being able to control features of the tractor versus the features of your equipment. Oh, and guess what? There's our seeder down there. Okay, funny place for the seeder. Alrighty. But for the combines and even the big chopper, that one was one of the ones that I really did not like this feature being lost, because with the combine, the combine's okay to have the head kind of slider, unless you got the big heads of the large combines, then swinging the head around is kind of hard on them. But the choppers, since the choppers have such large heads on them already, well, especially that chopper because it's a large chopper, it was nice to take and control your vehicle, your body. And what I mean by body is I mean this part. Just this part right here. Okay? And then you have the head. And the fact that you can't control the head while you're selecting the body, or control the body while you have the head selected, is a really hard thing to do, because you have the head selected here so that you can raise the head, go around, drop the head. But then, like in a multiplayer situation where you have a tractor, or even a single player where maybe like you have the mod called Courseplay set up to unload your combine while you're running, you have to select the combine body in order to open the pipe. Where in 2013 you didn't have to select either of these. Just wherever your selector was on the combine itself, you could control either one. Now, unless you had like extra features on the head, like where you have like the reel that goes up and down, or you have like you can control the speed of the reel or the augers, or even if you had like little flange things that like could I don't know. But then you would have to select the head in order to run all that. But the basics of like raising, lowering the head, and then being able to turn on and open the pipe here, all of that has been lost. So it's like there's no communication between the combine and the head anymore. It's like you either have the combine selected or you have the head selected. So anyway, okay, so enough with that rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and get the this field, that field, and I think there's another one down over there behind the combine. I'm gonna go ahead and get those combined, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, folks. Laters.